Hey guys, I'm doing a thing tangentially related to my most popular video that no one gives a shit about anymore, and I didn't give a shit about at the time. Wowie! So, Funny Has-Been Hotel and Helluva Boss, they were things. Talented furries make animated pilots in hell. So, any world where talented furries would rule, in other words. It was unprecedented in terms of technical quality. Writing is more up in the air for the individual. A lot of people say they prefer Newgrounds. I'm sorry that Pikachu shitting itself to death and like funny racist pimp Mario getting high on shrooms, shooting people with a Glock, and lay funny Bowser being good guy because why not isn't considered quality anymore because it never was. Thoughts on the first two pilots? Has been Hotel, more potential. Obvious Angel Dust might not be the popular character now, but he's gonna develop and sexually confuse teenage girls everywhere. Will somehow be surprised that he had the most character development. Like, we know it's gonna happen. I have no idea how death in the world works. I guess there's double death. Thoughts on Helluva Boss's pilot? Well, aside from that long flashback within a flashback, it was pretty funny.
Asshole shit. Fuck!
Okay, it's an adult show, I get it. Anyways, it was well animated. The characters were they're well established, but
Shit it. Fuck it.
Dick buggy.
are we done? Are we done? Anyways,
Fucking dumbass.
Shut up.
jeez Louise! Like, oh my god, what does fuck shit even mean? Why does Moxie's hot devil wife even. Does she know how to say booch as she states it? It's bitch, not booch. Oh my god, just shut up, you poo heads. Lord goodness, how? I get it, you're trying to be adult, but oh my god. This is so much swearing. It gets annoying, especially near the end of the episode. They're just like throwing and stringing swear words together that they don't even make sense. And the kid's annoying, not in the way they intended, which they did intend him to be annoying. I won't even discuss the music video with a fake New York or Jersey accent being auto-tuned for melodrama about a initially funny stripper spider. Like, come on, guys, a sexual assault story is not earned for this character yet. It's unintentionally hilarious. Of course, it's still incredibly well animated, mind you. But he's throwing shit at the walls that it's like HBO stuff. You have not earned this with this character, yeah. Come on. It's so melodramatic, given that he's basically established to be comedic, but potential to be redeemed and more deep than he appears. Potential is the word we need to focus on. Good news is the first official episode of Helluva Boss has learned from its predecessors. Yay, most of the pilots and pieces of media have taken criticism into account. I know a lot of people basically get off and slam their dick into a table whenever they see that happen, but it's like, okay. I appreciate it, but I also understand the internet's kind of fucking stupid with its criticism. I won't go too far into detail about it this year. This is going to be a quick little review. Characters: Blitzo. He's a happy murderer boss who hates Moxie, his thoughtful but nervous worker. He likes his wife Millie fine, who is just kind of normal but still willing to murder a family. Then there's Luna. She's a moody teenage furry and I hate her. Kill her again, please. You've established you can kill people twice in hell, I think. A side character is this owl dude who Blitzo hates a lot and is indebted to. He's horny. He has a portal book outside of hell that the characters use to assassinate people for their hellish clients. Yeah, that's the premise. People in hell hire them to assassinate people they don't like, which, I'm sure they would get a lot of business. for that, that's for sure. Running gag is Owl describes funny sex time in overly detailed ways that are censored. I actually kind of like this gag when it's done with variation. Haha, gag. So funny. Plot: the three imps and the disgusting furry abomination have a client telling them to assassinate a woman who survived her attack during an affair. So, the main character of this episode is Moxie, and the main internal conflict, or the A plot, I guess, kind of the B plot, since the main plot is its catalyst. But the one that gets focused most on is an internal conflict. Moxie doesn't like killing families, and then he accidentally sets the entire office on fire. The second funniest gag of the
When did we
episode.
start implementing that deal?
When you set fire to my office in front of a client, you fucking dipshit!
I like this gag a lot because Blitzo is kind of right, and it made me laugh when I realized that the asshole is kind of in the right. I mean, it's a genuine question on Moxie's part, but he has no position to ask it right now because even though the audience knows his position and are sympathizing with him and know it's an accident, Blitzo just saw his employee burn down his office. Anyways, finishing up the plot synopsis. Blitzo almost assassinates the woman. Moxie's character flaw of not wanting to kill a family prevents him. Writing is weird. Anyways, not wanting to kill a family provoked them into realizing they're being hunted, so the hunted become the hunters. Murder family. It's in the title. First I thought it was self-defense and they happen to be hunters. I think they're maybe more on the cultish sadist side. Moxie being tied up by murdered children, seeing stitched people on the walls was actually kind of creepy, gotta admit. Thought this would be the catalyst for him to get over his I don't like killing family character arc. God, writing is weird. Anyways, it kind of was. More than just being willing to kill people they tried killing. Which is weird, given in the pilot he was just kind of confused after he killed a child, and he gladly partook in chopping him up and kicking him in a bag. Like that, so I guess that was retconned. Moxie has more character depth now, I suppose. I actually kind of liked in the pilot that he was less of a bitch. I kind of liked that he was critical, but he was able to stand up to his boss and not be a coward. He's a bit more cowardly in this episode. Anyways, Moxie doesn't kill the rest of the family intentionally. He does kill the target, though. Blitzo tells him something that would be funny, but turned terrifying when he added the "and your wife" bit. Trust me, see it and he'll know exactly what I mean. Moxie feels weird that he got a helicopter to bomb a family as they celebrate. Okay, in terms of structure, it's a little cliche. Not bad, but a little cliche. Unconfident character learns to balance between rational caution but still doing things in a not stupid way. Except instead of it being like, I don't know, some relatable teenage protagonist learning to take risks but not to go too far, it's more about a little imp learning that sometimes murdering family members is okay. A lot of subplots, but that add variety to the somewhat cliche premise. The subplots weren't really subplots per se. They kind of were more like plot points that had their own little arc, but they further elaborate and establish things. The backstory of the wife, the backstory of the client, all that good stuff. Blitzo had a little bit of a subplot that I think will be the main one going throughout the series. Speaking of that, the actual funniest gag in the episode was when Moxie was running back to the house and you could still faintly hear the creepy owl dude going off about screwing Blitzo in detail. which was kind of subtle, and that made it funnier since it was dramatic building up tension for Moxie's big redemption thing, or not really redemption, you know what I mean. The internal conflict of Moxie, once again, real focus. But that doesn't mean that Blitzo's subplot isn't very important, probably. It's probably going to be the only one that carries significance from episode to episode. The imps chasing and getting chased by the family, well animated, entertaining. Predictable, but that's not bad in this case, it's just not groundbreaking. What wasn't predictable was the crossroads they chose with Mox. Stay with me here. One issue with cliche plots is they don't have too many options to end it. Moxie killing the wife made you think, okay, they're going to choose the learns to conform to his brethren and take risks, or in this case, kill family. But then he goes to the family and makes sure they're arrested peacefully, so he kind of took a middle path. And then the people he called on them killed the family, so it was accidental. I don't know. I don't really know what the take-home message for Boxy is. As funny as it is, it's a little confusing. I think it just means that, okay, he's willing to kill family members, but not the entire family. He's willing to kill clients, but he was really just confused at worst when he killed a kid last time, but ignore that. They kind of had to sneak the plot to make it unpredictable. Instead of red herrings, they just kind of changed where Moxie was going. He was, I guess, a flexible character. A little tough to describe. I don't really mind it. It's a comedy. They turn this character development into good jokes, so if the jokes are funny, then it's all good. What I do mind is the beginning. Back to Newgrounds, making thing that's innocent into edgy thing, it's overdone. Overdone in comedy means that you predict the punchline from a mile away, so yeah, it's not very keck. I mean, it was absurd in like how much they went with like the obviously wrong innocent, just how overly innocent the whole thing was. Feel it for as annoying the swearing got in some of the characters and flashback section got. It was a lot funnier. This had good moments, but that was consistently funny. The trade off is that this is more consistently high quality, nothing groundbreaking. In terms of writing, the animation is really fucking good. There wasn't as much of the stupid dog. I'm very happy about that. I hate dogs. Thing. I love dogs, but not furries. Sorry, guys. Furries must be destroyed. I'm just kidding. I love furries. Yeah, totally. The animation is a lot better than it has been, especially in the fight scenes. Millie's scene against the dad, the lighting was beautiful. The dynamic camera angles were smooth while showcasing consistent character models that don't take you out of the action. So it actually felt like it was a real camera changing angles instead of animated. The show is a lot better than the pilot, and whether you hate it or like it, which I'm in the second category, I actually liked it. Can't stress the importance of projects that Vivzy Pop Entertainment made. Animation is a slowly evolving art form compared to the others. Computers haven't assisted it nearly as much as other art forms in terms of ease and practicality, which sucks since computers have made it a lot easier. But just look at CGI with movies. Movies are just unrecognizable compared to where they were in the 1920s. Meanwhile, animation hasn't changed too much. Fuck you, phone. This being successful is important for the future of animation online. This means that it's more likely that companies will invest in animators online. And to prove it isn't just my funny bias, I've never been a fan of Psychic Pebbles, but his show, Smiling Friends, worth supporting. It's better than a lot of his previous content with good comedic timing, and the premise alone is very unique, and a lot of creativity is put into it. It takes advantage of the awkward and understated voice acting from Psychic Pebbles' crew. Currently, we live in one of those rare pockets of great art. This is when the companies find out about new ways to profit off of platforms, the way art is delivered. They have not figured out how to do it efficiently, cheaply, and to basically catch lightning in a bottle twice, 3 times, 4 times, yada, yada, yada. They have in the past. With TV, for example, a lot of times they try to get a cheap show that needs no continuity so they can just replay it all day. So everyone will just come on, keep watching one show, one investment, a cheap investment, and it'll keep paying off because people have it in the background. It's no biggie. You can't really do that with streaming devices. You select the show and you kind of want to complete a single story, so people are trying in the beginning phases to win people over with the best product. Once you get a grasp on the audience, instead of selling them the best product, since you already know you have them in your clutches, you have to keep giving them a cheap product. You won't have to invest in much, but they'll still keep watching now that you got them by the balls. That's how business works. In several years, all the streaming devices will know how to monetize themselves in the cheapest way possible, and another dark age will come. In the meantime, it's pretty godlike in terms of animation and different media. Yeah. People hate on Netflix a lot. But come on, have you seen some of their originals? People focus on, oh, the teen drama from Nick is still bad. Oh, what a shocker. Have you fuckers seen Kipo? That's like the first time I've heard in 10 years of a redemption arc that people don't despise. I so want to see Kipo. Like, look at the animation. It's so spiky. And also to spread awareness, I need to show you guys some good obscure animation and good stuff. So that way you'll find the good people and then support them, and then they might get monetized if someone bigger supports them too. Now everyone wins. Once again, Helluva Boss, like it or hate it, it's just good that independent creators are being successful, instead of just like the movie industry, which got fucked. It's not even hyperbole. Did I say hyperbole? Yes, I did. It's no hyperbole to say that originality is dead in blockbusters. In the Brockbusters, man, I love me some Brock. Fuck. Okay. Long story short, Marvel's what's considered good, that's derivative. What's considered bad is also derivative. But guess what? This is good. I recommend it. My review was probably as terrible as PK Russell, so I'm a funny hypocrite. I also have a Patreon, so if you want to motivate me to work harder, God, especially in the middle of school, and I have a small business, yeah, I'd like the Patreon, buddy. It's got some good rewards, especially the ones where I get to edit videos for you, and it'll be less like this style of editing where it's bad, I'm guessing, and more like some of the good stuff I've made that takes like 10 hours to make a minute. Bye bye.